Hi everybody. All right, looks like everything is good to go on this end. Welcome to tonight's live stream. So, let's see here. Okay, hopefully everybody can see me and hear me okay. I think we're ready. Okay, so hi there, Mina. I'm excited to work on this one as well. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Estella. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Laura. Hi, Terry. Hi, Steve. Doing well, thanks. And I hope you are too. Hi, Vivian. Awesome. Hi, Desiree. All right, so we'll let people kind of just continue to filter in here. And then we'll get started. Hi, Rhonda. And let's see. Hi, Tracy. We are finally getting some snow, a little bit here and there, and it's very cold right now. It's, I think, 8 degrees, feels like sub-zero outside. So I'm glad that I brought in a bunch of firewood and got the house warmed up, and looking forward to a cozy, relaxed evening here. Quite burr. Yep, Terry, absolutely. Alrighty, so as you can see, this is something different. With the new year, I have some new goals and new plans. I'm kind of needing to shift my teaching a little bit. The people on Mighty Networks, I let you guys know about this earlier today, but there's some things that I need to kind of adjust as a teacher to make things better for both you as students and me as an artist and educator. So I still plan on being available each Friday night for a live stream. We're going to shorten the live stream down a little bit. Hi, Connie. And instead of a 2-hour, like start to finish, kind of a tutorial thing, we are going to make this time about an hour. That's my goal. If we need to go less or more, we can adjust on that. But hi, Michelle. Oh dear, I'm so sorry you lost your puppy. Oh, I think hopefully you just had to say goodbye to your puppy. You didn't lose your puppy. Welcome, Connie. Oh gosh, I hope your puppy's okay, Michelle. So, hi, Night Owl. Hi, Rick. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit distracted, but that's okay. We'll let everybody continue to filter in here, and I'll probably make mention of this a couple times throughout the live stream that, yeah, new changes are on the horizon. So, tonight's live stream, we're just going to sit, and it's going to be kind of a burn and chat is what we're going to do. I'm going to work on some projects that I haven't worked on in months and months. I just haven't had the time and opportunity to do that. And this will allow you guys to kind of like, you know, you're sitting here in my studio and then you're just watching, you've got your chair pulled up next to me and just watching kind of how I go about things, working on maybe some more advanced projects. Not going to be doing a whole lot of, you know, start to finish instruction kind of mode. That's going to be kind of the new focus of Mighty Networks. I'm going to start teaching some mini workshops about every month, and then once in every quarter, I will put together a masterclass, which will be a multi-session event. So I'm trying to really take my teaching from just sitting here and you guys watch to you guys get to participate more with the upcoming plan. So with workshops, I plan on having kind of a few things for you to kind of do and work on and practice. And the whole goal here is to make you guys more confident artists. And so that is kind of the shift that I'm doing this year. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask that about the new plan, or this whole session is going to be about just questions. If you have a project that you're working on and you need some advice, if you have just general wood burning questions, whatever, just a live Q&A, and I'll get going here at and start working on this. So yeah, another thing that I don't think that I've shown you guys is sometimes I make I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be, you're still gonna get some teaching in here too, because as I just shared, so here's my reference photo, and you know, I like to take bits and pieces of reference photos and then modify them. So I try to get as creative as I can, and then if there's areas that I still feel like are unfinished or don't really like doing very well, I'll switch it up. And so in that case, I will make adjustments. So like this little center thing here, I wasn't happy with it right in the middle, so I, you know, good old Photoshop, jump in there and make some changes. So if you see me grab a little pieces of paper here and there, that's probably what's going on, is I'm referencing some of my additions. So see here, wasn't really happy with that, so I redid a floral element here instead. So I kind of like pick and piece things together a little bit. Lisa is asking if you'll have homework in the master classes. This is all really just in the kind of planning stages here. The workshops definitely will have some, you know, I'm gonna teach you some things and then give you guys opportunity to practice those skills. So if you want to think about it like homework, you can. Otherwise, it's just fun practice. But only if you want to. If you just watch the lesson and you're like, yeah, I'm good, that is fine too. Estella is asking if I'm going to be doing a beginner live stream once a month. I'm not sure on that one yet. Let me, that one's been off the radar on the plan, so I'll think about that one. Like I said, everything is still kind of up in the air, but yeah, a lot of my teaching is going to transition into Mighty Networks. So, okay, Vivian, watching me burn a personal project is an awesome learning experience. Cool, and that's what I'm hoping we can do as well. Okay, so taking a look at this, it's been months since I was working on this. I'm probably going to probably shift down and start working on some of the fabric here. This piece is about 2 feet tall, so it's going to be hard for me to get up there in the face and everything. The face needs a lot of work, but for right now, we're going to come down here. I really like this section of fabric, and then I want to start working on that bit there too. So I think this is kind of the general area that I'm going to start in tonight. I can jump around a little bit here and there as well. All right, and I know that this time together here is a great opportunity to get together each week and visit and enjoy the community aspect of our live streams. And so I still want to maintain that. And then, yeah, just chit chat and ask questions if you need to or want to, and we'll just kind of have some fun here. That's another thing that I plan on doing with the new plan is open up kind of an open burn session for Mighty Networks members. So that would be a once a month thing where we sit down. It would be kind of like a Zoom meeting, not really a meeting, a Zoom gathering. And we all get together and we can work on whatever projects that we want and hang out and have a nice little community burn time together where you guys can participate on camera and continue with that sense of community. Also, speaking of community, on Mighty Networks, have you guys seen the new spaces? We have a lot of new spaces there. I wound up getting rid of the general chat because I didn't think that, it was a little bit confusing. So we have the community campfire is kind of where we post our general questions or just chit chat, just whatever. I'll put my general posts from admin there. And then some of our other fun spaces are Critter Corner, where you can share pictures of your loving animals. We also have a space for asking questions. Just whatever kind of pyro questions that you have, go ahead and you can kind of devote those questions to that space. Let's see, I also have a work in progress feedback space. So if you're working on something and you really want some feedback or some constructive criticism, post your project there, and then people will know that you're kind of seeking a little bit of comments and assistance for that. We have a business hub now, so if you have a business related question, that's a great place to post that as well. So anyway, lots of fun. Check out the new graphics there. My whole goal is to make it feel very homey and almost like you're at summer camp kind of a thing, with a beautiful lodge and you're all nice and cozy. And so hope that you guys enjoy that. Mina, yes, I did add a necklace to her as well. I felt that it was a little bit, her neck area was a little bit too bare, so I did wind up adding a necklace in as well. Okay. And let's see. There's another question up here. Let's see. Thanks, Rick. I'm glad that you like the personal project. It's a fun one. Terry is asking if this means no more patterns. That is a good point of discussion as far as the patterns. You guys, as Mighty Networks members, you still get big discounts on the patterns, and that is something that we can certainly talk about. If, probably Mighty Networks would be a good place to have that conversation, and just tell me your thoughts on that. This new plan is very much fluid and kind of learning as I go, planning as I go. Mina has been a fantastic help as always with all of this, and I really want to say a huge thank you to her for everything and all her help, and really appreciate her feedback as well. You guys like the new layout of Mighty Networks? Cool. I like that you like how it's set up, Connie. That's great. Okay. Definitely more user-friendly. Good, Lisa. That's fantastic. Yeah, Mina says if you're not a member of the Mighty Networks Bear Den, go ahead and take a look. She's got a link there. There's plenty of fantastic things there. It's a great, wonderful community, and we're just going to make it better and better. Estella, you started posting something on the Introduce Yourself section. Great. Yep. That's a nice section to get to know everybody and find common interests and just really welcome yourself and make yourself home in the community. Rick says, all the new recent changes make you think you've been planning this for a while. Well, I've been planning the changes and updates to Mighty Networks. I have been working on that for several weeks. As far as the new direction, that's a little bit more recent in the last maybe week or two. But I knew that I wanted to do something different this year. The 2-hour live streams each week are quite taxing for me. And I've got family and making dinner, and I know the coaching season is coming up and all that. So it is a little bit of a strain for me to do that. So I'm trying to make it to where each Friday we still have this wonderful time together, but there's not so much pressure on me to just go all the time. And that will allow me to focus more on more quality instruction over on Mighty Networks with the workshops and the master classes. But yes, the changes to Mighty Networks, that's been going for a while. As soon as I got home during the Christmas break. Let's see. Tracy says, that's what I need help with, a burn that you're doing. Okay. Did I miss one of your questions? If I miss a question, guys, give me a shout back, okay? Lisa says, you think the wood burning university, it blends with university to a school hub theme, places to hang out and learn. Yes, absolutely. That's definitely the goal. Hello, Vian Mom. Welcome. Alrighty. Rick is asking, can we say this is a part of a New Year's resolution? We could, for sure. Yeah, Lisa, we definitely have to keep growing as artists. I think that that's a really important thing. And yeah, I'm just kind of going back over some of these areas that I burned months ago, and I want to push my values darker. This whole area here needs to be shaded a bit more as well. Terry, is tonight starting the 1-hour session? Yes. So the burn in chat is probably just going to be an hour long, and we're going to just, like we're doing here, go ahead and ask questions. If you need feedback or just chit chat and enjoy this time together. So I'm going to start blocking in some of my base areas here. And so yeah, you guys are still going to get a little bit of instruction. I can't quite help it. Hi Kendale, welcome. Happy Friday to you as well. Lisa says, I have a question about what you're doing now. As we all know, I'm afraid of dark areas, and I have to admit this looks fantastic, but when and how do you know it's not dark enough? That's a great question. So a lot of times I just kind of step back, or in this case, I can look at the screen and I can see, the overall value of this section here is nowhere dark enough compared to, this one is not dark enough compared to this one. So it's kind of a balancing act of, lights and darks. I know in these creases, the darker that I can make them and kind of push those values, it's going to get really rich and just lovely dark. The contrast is going to be so great. in there. And so I want to make sure that I keep looking over here at my darks and I compare, and I want to push them darker because we know that burnings can fade, especially in the wrong environment. So over shading sometimes and darkening it a bit more can be helpful in the long run. You want to make sure though that you don't lose all of your highlights, otherwise everything looks kind of flat. But yeah, I start with those darks and then I just kind of play with it and look at, step back, like all this area up in here needs some more shading. You can kind of squint your eyes sometimes if you need to. I also don't want to go too shaded up here because I want that lantern light to kind of shine through the fabric a little bit too. Terry, I enjoy our time together as well. Yep. Lisa, then, yeah, you just keep, that's where working in layers is very helpful because you can kind of start sneaking up on your project. But if you go too dark right away and you burn a value like that, you're committed, and then you'll have to kind of work on blending it out later. And so I'm looking right here at the contrast between the root and the skirt fabric, and I can see that I already need to make the root darker. So this is where that kind of nitpicking comes into play, where I'm doing it all at once. I'm starting into an area and then I'm also building up shading and kind of finishing it out all at the same time. And then once you get most everywhere burned, you want to take a step back and think, okay, how does one area work with the other area? How does it all blend together? And you may need to darken certain sections. It's hard to lighten some, but as you know, we've used a knife to scratch things out before, and so you can do that as well. Mina says, aw, thank you. I really appreciate everybody's support, especially with this new upcoming plan. And just, you guys have been so supportive and fantastic, and I can't thank you enough. I couldn't ask for a better community, and just love this entire time together, and I'm really excited about making it better and taking it to the next step. Terry is asking, is that material you're working on a little bit see-through? Yes, I believe it is gossamer. So like right here you can see this nice edge of the fabric. It translates behind there, and so you can kind of see through a little bit. So I'm going to kind of encourage that to be seen, so it can be a little bit see-through. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, and I figured, you guys are still going to get some instruction here, and if for those people that are not over on Mighty Networks, you still get some free education and some free tips here and there, and just get to connect with our fantastic community as well. And I am working on full heat, full power. For some of these lighter areas, I'm just going to go a little bit more quickly. And blow on the point as well. But fabric is just jumping in and looking at your darks. It's all abstract shapes. My shading here is a little bit too light to start with, but that's okay. We'll just build up those layers. So Lisa is saying, in reference to your semi-quincentennial piece, you know you need to darken the numbers, but you're afraid of going too dark. Think about when you really hit those dark areas, those are your almost like focal points sometimes. They give weight, I think, to your project. They make it stand out. It's going to be bold and strong. So if you were making a wood burning of, say, like a baby with soft little baby folds and all that, you don't want to go sometimes really, really dark. You want to keep maybe a more softer feel, I think. I would stick on the softer side of the shading scale sometimes, depending on the subject matter. But you know, and that's a project, or that's something that you could do, Lisa, on a scrap piece, is just practice going super, super dark on something. You could even put it in Photoshop and kind of play with the values to darken it and see what it would look like without actually burning it. Yes, Terry Gossamer, I think that was pretty good. Your dog is barking, woofing at the noise in the kitchen. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know. Something was squeaky. Terry, you like drawing fabric. You should try to burn it sometimes. It is a lot of fun. Lots of layers. Hi, Beryl. Mosenko? I'm going to call you Beryl. Hi there. So you're asking if there's a way to view the patterns in the university levels without subscribing. You have no idea which level would benefit you. That is a very good question. Have you been over to woodburninguniversity.com? There you can see all the patterns that we have, and they're sorted by beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So over on Mighty Networks, that's the same. So some of the patterns that you'll see on Wood Burning University, we've actually done past live stream projects of on Mighty Networks. That's a subscription program there. But Wood Burning University, you can browse through all of the patterns, and you can even get them a la carte. So I've got two kind of platforms. I've got Wood Burning University, which is where the patterns and the tutorials for sale live, and then I have Mighty Networks, that is our paid community, where you get discounts on patterns, you get free patterns when we work on a certain project. But everything is, both platforms are sorted by beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then premium is like, you know, extra, like super realism kind of a thing. So definitely take a look at woodburninguniversity.com. Mina has that link in there. And then you can kind of see the difficulty level of all the patterns. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Woodburningu, the letter U, at gmail.com if you have any questions as far as which level might work best for you. Okay, so just starting to put in some of my base structure here. Oh, okay, Beryl, you hadn't seen, okay, you only saw the Mighty Networks where it was paid levels. Cool, yeah, take a look at both. And you can get the patterns on Wood Burning University a la carte. So if you just find one that you like and you want to try, go ahead and go for it. If you're interested in discounts on all the patterns on Wood Burning University, definitely take a look at joining our paid community, because you will get discounts on patterns. So like you guys have seen me burn many times, I'm really starting with my darker areas and going to put those in, just kind of drop them in place, and then I'm going to go back over and do another layer and see where I need to kind of darken things up. Yeah, we have been doing a 2-hour live stream for almost 3 years, almost every week for 3 years, a 2-hour live stream each week, plus the beginner live streams on as well. There's at least there's 20 of those that we've done, so we've done 20 weeks of beginner live streams too. So we've done so many fun projects, and start to finish, full length, it's a really amazing library that we've built that now lives at Mighty Networks. So yeah, that we've done 159 live streams, and then of varying skills, and then we were kind of short on beginners, so we wound up doing another 20 weeks of beginner specialized projects. So there is a huge library at Mighty Networks, and now that we're kind of switching away from a project each week, hopefully that will allow you guys some more time if you haven't had a chance to go back into the library and you're like, oh, I really wanted to try this one, but it's like I can't keep up because there's so much coming out. So I'm kind of back off on so much content right away and give you the time to go back and, you know, explore some of the ones that are in the library. And the library will stay there. That's not going anywhere. So you guys will still have access to almost 200 live stream projects, live streams, which is a huge and amazing resource. Terry, when you asked about the patterns, you meant the free patterns of whatever ones you're going to be doing on the live streams. So Terry, the main thing is I don't know. That's a good question. So like this piece here, I couldn't even make a pattern for it really, because I have so many bits and pieces that I've put together. I couldn't offer this one as a pattern, but with like the master classes and the workshops, any patterns that are involved with those, yes, you would get those for free. Terry, you haven't figured out how to get the ones for free. Oh, that's a great point, Terry. Also, in Mighty Networks, there's a new section in there called, I think it's Pattern Library. So if you're unsure where to get the patterns, or you couldn't remember what level the pattern was, take a look there at the Pattern Library. Open that up on the left-hand side of your screen, and then at the very top, there's something called a pattern index of patterns is what it is. So if you click the index of patterns, it will have a list of all the beginner patterns, intermediate, advanced, and premium. That way you can easily find them, and if you're on that tier, you can click on them and it will take you directly to that project. And Tracy, if you're still confused on that, definitely reach out at woodburningyou.com or woodburningyou@gmail.com, and we can walk you through exactly how to find those. Connie, you're very far behind with burning all the patterns that you'd like to learn. You're welcome for their continued availability. Yes, absolutely. Those are not going to go away. That is just a huge perk and benefit for all of you guys. So that's going to stay. So now I'm going to start putting in some of my lighter values and try to blend together these zones here. You're welcome, Terry. Awesome. Okay. sometimes I get kind of lightheaded. Always blowing on the point here, but it certainly helps to get just a little bit more control, especially in some of these early layers where I'm trying to be really gentle and careful not to burn too much. And then I kind of take a step back, like this section here, this little bit that I'm working on tonight. Overall, it's going to be lighter than this bigger section here. So once I start putting in values here and I kind of step back, I can see that this section here needs a little bit more TLC. It needs a few more layers. So I'm going to come in here and really start pushing my values a bit more. Mina is asking, or the light of the lamp is reflected on that part of the dress. It is, yeah. It's definitely shining here. I do need to add in a little bit more shading. I can find the right pathway here. That's where it gets challenging, is when you lose track of these lines. I want the focus of the light to be right here, and then it's going to get a little bit darker as we move closer towards those roots. So I am working on putting together the first mini workshop for the month of January, and I will get that gathered up and all that information sent out. I think the workshops and the masterclass, well, the workshops are going to be probably later in the month. That'll give me more time to kind of plan and get that all lined out. The open sessions, the open burn time with the community Zoom is going to probably be scheduled more in the middle of the month. So that is my initial schedule. Sometimes the days of the week might have to vary because of life. I've got, like I said, I've got softball coaching and all that coming up starting in late February. So given that, I'm really hopeful to have the first masterclass in February and get that going so that I can coach the next few months. And then the next masterclass will probably be like June. So there'll be a little bit of a space in there. But 1 month out of each quarter is scheduled for a masterclass, and that'll be a multi-session event. So you guys are still going to get lots of fun, interesting new things to work on, lots of information, but at a nice, comfortable pace. So Jezra, yeah, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. That is so true. So true indeed. Ooh, and then that's another thing that I was wanting to do is monthly challenges. You guys were fantastic with your questionnaire responses, and that really gave me a lot of courage to kind of, push for this new direction. And one thing that you guys were interested in is monthly challenges. I don't know if I'll be able to get that pulled together for January, but that is also on the agenda for the future, to give you guys a little bit of something fun to work towards if you want. Glad you guys are excited. Vivian, yes, it would be great to see everybody in person. Yeah, well, with the Zoom opportunities, we can kind of connect that way as well. And I hear you guys, as far as an in-person retreat, that is something that has always been a goal of mine, but that one's not on the horizon just yet. But that would be really, really cool. I'd love to show you guys around my part of the mountain up here and welcome you to heaven in the middle of the mountains. That'd be a lot of fun. Terry's saying that maybe with the monthly challenges it would make you do some more burning. Hey, that's cool. You know, we'll just keep building and growing our community and just make things better for everybody here. Oh yeah, that'll be fun, Lisa. Definitely the monthly challenges could be fun. So as I'm getting kind of into the darker areas of these folds here, I don't need those bright highlights that I have over here. So I'm going to start carefully shading those out. But in order to keep this area from looking too flat, I really need to make sure that my darks are dark enough. And then blend them into the other areas. Hi Larry, welcome. Happy New Year to you as well. We are doing some different things this year. Good things, very good things. We are switching from a 2-hour weekly live stream each week to a 1-hour burn and chat, get together, and then I'm going to start focusing on creating some master classes and mini workshops as well. And those will primarily be in Mighty Networks, but they will be available to the public as well. Jezere says, considering it takes 2 to 4 months to finish one piece, the monthly challenge is going to be a challenge. Gotcha. Well, and that's a good point. And probably the monthly challenges are going to be something small, something that is not going to be really time consuming. You should be able to kind of jump in and just tackle it if you want. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, it's going to be fun and different. Like I was mentioning before, we've done a weekly 2-hour live stream for nearly 3 years, plus the beginner ones as well. So I think that it's time to move forward and have fun with new growth and yeah. Just keep moving forward. Okay, so we're kind of working on that a little bit more. I think I do need to shade in here a bit more. And this is where that softer shading really comes in. Lots of layers. Take your time. Jezere, yes, time for a change. Time for growth. Our caterpillar is becoming a butterfly. Larry, so the frequency. So yeah, this is a new plan, and I'm still kind of working things out, so nothing is set in stone yet, but my tentative plan is each Friday night I'll still be here, but we'll work from 6 to 7 Mountain Time, so it'll be a 1-hour class, and it's actually not really a class so much as it is an opportunity to get together like we have been for the past couple years, and sit down. I will work on something that I need to work on, something that like has to get done, a commission. I have a big landscape commission coming up that I need to get done. I need to start on, so I can jump in and I can work on that, and you guys can answer or ask questions. So this is just like a live Q&A, hangout, just relax. Yeah, I like the 1-hour schedule as well. You know, as far as doing start to finish projects, it would take forever. But I'm not going to do the start to finish projects on Fridays anymore. Each month, I am planning on putting together a mini workshop where you guys get a little bit more opportunity to, instead of just watch, you guys get to participate more with some activities, things to maybe practice or try. Otherwise, you can just watch the lesson and go from there. And then one month out of each quarter of the month of the year, each quarter, I will do a larger master class. It'll be a multi-session project. So trying to make sure that I get everybody's wish list kind of checked off. We got our community, we got our in-depth focused learning, we have our relaxed learning session, we'll have some start to finish projects, some skill-based learning, and it'll be a hoot. Cool. Yeah, Desiree. Yeah, an hour is easier to stay awake. I agree. Steve says, don't move forward so fast that you can't look back and reflect on the past. That is very good. Yep, very good as well. Connie is asking, are there already shading lessons, DVDs, or live streams available to learn shading better? Okay. You need to have a little bit more. Cool. So yes, I do have an entire DVD devoted to shading. It's available on Wood Burning University, and it's a standalone DVD. You can either get the physical DVD that I ship to you and you put in your player. That one has subtitles in English. If you don't have a DVD player anymore, a lot of us don't, it's also available as an instant download. So you just buy it there on Wood Burning University. I want to say it's like $25 for the DVD/download, and that's a more in-depth one as far as shading goes. I plan on working on that in the future to make more shading lessons, but that one's a ways out. So, but for right now, I would start with the shading DVD download. Yep. Aw, thanks, Vivian. Okay, so let me see, where am I here? And then, I mean, like in areas like this is still way too light. I'm trying to maintain that texture in there. So yeah, guys, we have 10 minutes left tonight. So if there's something that, a question that you didn't get a chance to ask yet, go ahead and throw that out there. And we will talk it over. But I think that this will make things, just keep things fresh and kind of liven things up. But again, all the framework for the past live streams is there on Mighty Networks, and it will stay there. which is an incredible resource. Lots there. So I like adding in some of these little veiny textures to the roots. I think that's fun. And then I can shade in where I need to create a little bit more rounded 3D form. I just love going back over and hitting these darks again and making them really stand out. Larry, you're going to a bluegrass jam camp in Nashville next month. Cool. Rick says you like how things are broken down into more focused topics in the Bear Den. Awesome. That is what I was going for, and make things just a little bit easier and more navigable. Hi Amy, welcome. We have a new schedule tonight, well, starting from here on, and we are doing an hour project each Friday night. So just kind of an opportunity to get together, and I'm just going to work on some variety of different projects, and it'll be a wonderful, relaxed, casual environment. And lots of new fun things on the horizon with some master classes and mini courses coming up to keep everybody engaged and learning. That's the main thing that I want to do, is help you guys to achieve what you want to achieve and become more confident artists and maintain our fantastic community. So okay, that's okay, Amy. Yeah, we're gonna shut down here in a few minutes, but the replay is available, and you can go back and start at the beginning and see what we've been up to and visiting about, and kind of the new idea moving forward. But I'm just kind of jumping around here a little bit. Putting in some of the fabric, going back over and adjusting those values and making them darker, blending things out. So, especially under here, I don't want any unburned wood. I want to make sure that my brightest unburned wood areas are going to maintain up in here, where the light is actually hitting it. Something that I kind of tend to forget about from time to time and have to remind myself, yeah, don't forget to burn that little spot there. Okay, see, this section right here is still quite light. I need to tone it down a bit more, because if everything is really bright, everything's going to kind of come forward and demand your attention. So if I can push some of this back a little bit, then it allows the eye to see some of the other areas that are more important as far as what I want the viewer to see or see first. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Vivian, your bedroom almost caught on fire. You had a lamp with an extension cord in the wall. You stepped on the cord and it had a short circuit, sparks and everything. Oh my goodness. That is scary. Glad that you're okay. Wow. Amy, you got your burner yesterday and you did your first burn today. Awesome. Yep, there's always more to learn. It doesn't matter how long you've been burning, there's still more to learn. Absolutely. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely be careful, Vivian. That's scary. Yeah, those cords are, yeesh. Oh, right down in here. All right, so this area here is starting to push back a little bit better. All right, so yeah, that's helping, just getting all of that section kind of pushed back a little bit, and then we'll get lighter kind of more as we come over here. All right, so let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'll be back here Friday, I plan to be, and we'll either, you know, I can keep working on this one, or we can jump around and keep going. Amy, you're asking how often are the beginner live streams? They were the first Monday of each month. I'm not sure if that's still gonna happen. Just working on some different things. I'll have to take a look and see. But don't forget that if you haven't checked out our Mighty Networks platform, there is so much there. There's more than 20 beginner ones there. There's a lot of beginner full-length tutorials there. There's a huge library there as well. So I'll just make sure that you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell here so that if I do another beginner live stream, you'll get notified on that. So cool. Mina says, before you go, please hit the like and subscribe and click the bell to receive notifications. Yes, thank you. That way you'll know what we're doing and when. So cool. All right, I really appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thank you so much for all your support and kind words. Good night to all, and I will see you guys, yeah, next Friday. So, there's my button. I can't find it. No. There it is. Okay. All right. Thanks again, guys. If you joined in late, jump back and rewatch the beginning to get all the latest new updates and news. All right. Thanks a bunch. Good night.